it's Destiny, and today we're going to be showcasing Dan Heng alongside a damage over time team. And before we get into today's video, I would love to know one of your favorite characters from Honkai Star Rail. Lastly, if you would like to see more content from me, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and now let's get straight into it. For today's showcase, we're going to be using Kafka, Hysilens, Black Swan, and Dan Heng. We're going to just start off by using our techniques and then getting straight into the showcase for today. And in the slot of Black Swan, if you would like to use an alternative character, that is fine as well. For example, Tribbie, we have Robin, and so on. With Dan Heng here, we are just going to basic attack, and now Kafka will come in with her follow-up. Soul Dragon's gonna give us some awesome shields, which is great. And now with Dan Heng, we can also use his ultimate since we did get enough energy there from getting attacked. Kafka comes in with another follow-up. Now with Kafka, we can skill, and now we can follow up here with her ultimate and deal some nice damage onto these enemies. Boom. All right. Now with Hysilens, skill, Kafka's gonna come with another follow-up. And now this enemy right here is going to summon its little fishy friends. We are going to use Black Swan's skill right here to reduce these enemies' defenses, and also follow up here with her ultimate as well. Now Soul Dragon is going to attack, and we are about to get Hysilens' ultimate, which means I will use that. And we'll also be able to break the enemy off to the right now with Hysilens, which is great, as physical break will deal a nice amount of damage right here. What bam. There goes a little fish. Goodbye, my friend. I guess actually you're not really my friend. You want to hurt our team, so not really my friend right there. But we will just basic attack. With Kafka, we can just skill like so. Boom. Now we can use our ultimate. And what bam. Nice amount of damage right there. Kafka comes in with the follow-up. Now this enemy is almost gone. Oh my gosh, they have just a little bit of HP remaining. It's okay though. What we're going to do is just use Hysilens' basic attack. Kafka comes in with the follow-up. With Black Swan here, basic attack. Okay. And now Kafka can simply just end this off right here. Boom. Now we're into the next wave right here. I am just going to start off by using Kafka's ultimate. And what bam. We can also follow up here with her skill. Use Dan Heng's ultimate as well. We're about to be able to take advantage of 2 follow-up attacks back to back. Boom. Another follow-up. Now we will take a little bit of damage here. Our shields are holding up great, and also for those that are curious, we're not using Dan Heng's signature light cone today. We're using a different path's light cone, which has a high amount of base attack, and I'll get into this as to why we're using this one a little bit later. But this is working out nicely. Our shields are looking really nice. So what we could do here with Hysilens is simply use her skill. Kafka's gonna come with a follow-up, and now we can also use Kafka's ultimate right here. What bam. And now this fish is going to summon its little friends. With Dan Heng, we are just going to basic attack. Kafka is going to come in with the follow-up. All right, we are going to take some damage here, but this is perfectly fine. What I'm going to do is use Black Swan's skill right here. Follow up also with her ultimate, and I will use Hysilens' ultimate in a moment here. I'm waiting until it's the enemy's turn. All right, and now we can use Hysilens' ultimate just to deal some more damage. And boom, there we go. 800,000, pretty good. All right, we are gonna get hit a couple of times, but our shields are looking great. As you all can see, yeah, we're good on our shields. With Kafka, we will just skill. Now they will blow up. We'll use her ultimate. And boom. Now with Hysilens, we can just basic attack. I wish Japard had a turn within this cycle. If he did, we might have been able to actually get a 0 cycle here, because we are getting pretty close. Plus he would have taken a lot of damage from all the Arcana inflicted onto him, and we are still continuously stacking it. Boom. There we go. Follow up. Ultimate. Yeah, we are so close. We're about to deal a nice amount of damage right here. Yeah, 18%, pretty close right there. Maybe if I focus a little bit more with my skills on Japard, that would have been better for the 0 cycle potential, but we were really close even without many signature light cones for today's team, which speaking of which, let's check out our builds for today's video. And here are the builds for today's video, starting off with Hysilens here. There she is. For the light cone, we are using her signature, but here are some alternative options that you can consider using on Hysilens. For her traces, they're maxed out. For her relics, we are using the C set as well as Prisoner in Deep Confinement. And for her Eidolons, she is completely E0. I've not activated any of these, as you all can see. As for Kafka, here she is. She's using the free-to-play light cone before the tutorial mission begins. Her traces are maxed out. Her relics, we're using the C set as well as Eagle of Twilight Line. We're using Eagle of Twilight Line so she can advance herself forward after using her ultimate, which does result in her being able to attack sooner and a bit more frequently as well. As for her Eidolons, completely E0. I've not activated any of these, as you all can see. Now we have Black Swan. Here she is. We are using Eyes of the Prey, but you can of course consider alternative light cones. If you do have Jiao Cho's signature light cone, this is a very powerful option to use on Black Swan, but of course you can also consider Black Swan's own signature light cone as well. For today's showcase though, I did want to show off Eyes of the Prey as it is a 4-star light cone. As for the traces, they are maxed out. As for the relics, we're using the C set and Prisoner in Deep Confinement, similar to Hysilens. As for the Eidolons, completely E0. I've not activated any of these. And now we have Dan Heng. Here he is. Here are his stats. We have a nice amount of speed, nice amount of attack. Of course, though, if we had a signature light cone, we would have roughly about 1,000 more attack. Like if we were to swap this real quick. All right, so we're on the signature. We have 4.7 now instead of 3.8. So he gains a massive amount of attack from this light cone. If you are going to build him and you have enough pulls, I would say to potentially consider his light cone, as there are very nice benefits with this light cone right here. But for those that are not able to get a signature light cone, there are some options you can consider going with. An option that'll likely be common for many will be using an off-path light cone. So due to him being a preservation character, unfortunately, most preservation light cones are heavily focused on defense, as most preservation characters scale off of defense. Because of this, Dan Heng being an attack scaling preservation character, he's not able to fully take advantage of a lot of the benefits from those other light cones due to them mainly prioritizing giving more defense. And since we want Dan Heng to have pretty beefy shields and be able to provide immense sustainability throughout a fight, we need to build a lot of attack on him. So the reason why I use this light cone in particular is because it has a nice base attack, which is 529. This base attack right here can still benefit him when it comes to the overall attack stat he has on this page right here, which will now mean that he'll be able to benefit from this when it comes to his shield strength. And of course, there are alternative light cones that may have lower base attack that do provide more shield strength. For example, Journey Forever Peaceful is a nice option for Dan Heng as well. The only issue with this light cone is that it is a battle pass light cone. So if you're completely free to play, there aren't as many options in comparison to other preservation characters. So if you are completely free to play, this is something to keep in mind of, is that you may have to go the route of using an off-path light cone, which one example of course can be on the Fall of an Aeon, as we will be able to nicely take advantage of the base attacks that it has. Unfortunately, we can't take advantage of the additional effects of this light cone, for example, the additional attack increases from the effect right here, but we can still take advantage of the base attack, which is still very useful for his shield strength. And then also the amount of attack he's giving an ally due to them being the bond mate is also based off of his attack. As for his traces though, they are maxed out. As for his relics, we're using Lushaka and then the new shield set. I would highly recommend getting this set for him. And as for Lushaka, this will result in more energy regen for him, as well as also giving additional attack to the character in the first slot being Hysilens. As for the Eidolons, he's also completely E0. I've not activated any of these. So most of the characters in today's showcase are using relatively more budget-friendly light cones, except for Hysilens. She is still using her signature. And of course, when it comes to Dan Heng as a sustain for the team, he did very well when it comes to his shield strength, even with this light cone we have equipped for today. And on top of that, he was able to give additional attack for Hysilens. And his follow-ups are also very useful for being able to trigger Kafka's follow-up attacks throughout the fight, which assisted with us being able to take advantage of those frequent follow-up attacks and being able to deal more and more damage damage onto enemies. Plus, he was assisting, of course, with the follow-up damage that he deals as well. When he does enhance Soul Dragon, that follow-up damage that Soul Dragon was dealing was also very useful as well. And overall, Dan Heng can just work as a nice sustain option, especially if you may not have a character such as Hua. What I really like about Dan Heng is that he can work as a very nice alternative for teams if you do not have potentially one of their best in slot sustains. Dan Heng will be a very nice option you can consider using. Plus, he's completely free, which means that all of us will be able to acquire him and place him on our teams. But I would love to know what showcases you'd like to see next, and also if you are going to be building Dan Heng, if you are excited for him. And I hope all of you did enjoy today's video, and if you did, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye.